Another variation on the caddis larva is a fly that was designed by Ray Schmidt of Wellston, Michigan, who guides up on the Manistee River. But Ray's caddis larva is, again, a really super simple yet super effective fly. And it's usually just some type of dubbed or a yarn body, usually in a chartreuse or a bright green color. And he does put a rib through that fly with a little peacock curl up at the head. Now let me show you a little different variation of that PM green caddis or the caddis larva. And we'll put a soft tackle on this one, and we'll go ahead and put a rib through this one as well as dub the body. And it's just, again, another simple variation on that green caddis or the PM green caddis that'll really work. What I'm going to use here is I've just got some olive dubbing, this is rabbit fur with a little antron mixed in. I'll use some gold oval tinsel for the rib. And then a little different soft tackling technique here, a little more traditional technique. I'm going to take a feather off of a hen back patch, and you know, it really doesn't matter the color on this. I'm trying to get a brown kind of hackle or legged look to this one. And what I did there was just stripped off all the downy feathers, and then I'm going to grasp this feather by the tip and stroke all the fibers from the tip downward. And I'm going to eventually tie this feather in by the tip, but I'll go ahead and prepare that and set it down to the side. And then for the head of this fly, I'll put some peacock curl like you saw on Schmidt's caddis larva. Again, I'm using the Daiichi 1530. I've got 6/0 thread here. I'm going to start the thread and take it back to the bend of the hook. And the first thing I'm going to do is tie in the rib of the oval tinsel. And then I'm going to go ahead and dub a body. I'll just take my dubbing wax and touch it to the thread. And I apply this dubbing fairly lightly. One of the keys to getting good looking dub bodies is to be pretty sparse with it as you're applying it. But that also depends on what you're trying to achieve. Lots of different things you can use for this body. Like I said, you can save yourself a little bit of time by using some of the carded materials. Heck, even chenille would probably suffice for this body and would probably still catch fish. But I wrap myself a tapered, dubbed body up the hook shank. I'm going to bring the rib through. I get about 4 turns of that rib in there on this number 10 hook. And now you could throw that mallard feather hackling techniques on there, or we're going to take the feather that we prepared. I'm going to tie it in by the tip here, secure it onto the hook, and then I can trim the excess. And technically I should use my hackle pliers, but with this stem out here it makes it pretty easy to grasp this pheasant. But what I'm going to do is start to wrap this hackle, one turn in front of the other, and as I wrap, I'm going to use my index finger and my thumb of my left hand to stroke these fibers of these barbules out of the way, so I'm not trapping them down each successive turn. And I can get quite a few turns on there. That should probably be enough. And I'll simply tie that feather off. Clip it by the stem there. And then I've got my soft tackle that I wrapped around. Now I'm going to take my thread back a little bit, which helps to lay that hackle back and down over the body, just a pinch. And I can also wrap backwards on this fly and wrap over that hackle and that body, because I'm going to put the peacock curl over top, so it doesn't matter for me to wrap backwards like that. I take 2, maybe 3 strands of peacock curl, doesn't matter all that much. And I'm just going to put a peacock curl head on this as opposed to the dubbed head on the first one I showed you. Tie off that peacock curl, trim that, throw my whip finish on there. And I've got a variation on the PM Caddis, or even on the Schmidt's Caddis, that will catch steelhead anywhere and everywhere they live.
If you like this video, hit subscribe. It helps out a lot. And check out these videos. We think you might like them too.